Let's get back here where we're out of the line of fire.
All right. What makes you happy, Jack, in life?
Wow. Whole lot of things. Blessed to marry a wonderful young lady. Blessed to have 4 children. Blessed to have 5 grandsons. Need a little girl in there somewhere. I've always been an animal lover. Always had dogs. Always, usually outside dogs. Labrador retrievers were mine because I was a duck hunter. And my wife told me after I had to put the lice lab down, she said, you know, don't get a dog till you retire. I said, why? She said, you're never home. And I said, well, lady, this time I'll agree with you. So I haven't retired, but we had our 60th wedding anniversary this summer. And my children walked into the store one Saturday at lunchtime and brought me a golden retriever. So we now have Lucy. And Lucy is I don't know, I hadn't had an inside dog, so it's been a little adjustment, mainly for my wife, but she is in charge now, and we're just loving having her.
Is she here in the store right now?
No,
she's back at home.
I've had her over here, but she's just 16 months old, so she's still pretty wild. But I've had her over here, and I'll have her. I'll qualify for a service dog. So this dog, being a female, I guess, is taken to my wife. So I'm number 3, big time. So I told my wife, I said, yeah, I got to get me a dog. So I might go after a dog here this spring.
What makes you sad, Jack?
What makes me sad? Well, I've lost a lot of contemporaries. All my immediate family's gone. But like I said, I'm blessed to have children and grandchildren. But here at the store, my age groups, the guys that I have been buddies with, we have a back room here where they hang out. They call it the shoot room. I don't know quite what that means, but there's only 1 or 2 of my age group left out of that. Now there's younger ones coming on, but that losing my contemporaries and the aging process doesn't bother me. I feel like I'm 83, but I feel like I'm 62 or something, and so been very, very blessed.
One more question. What advice would you give younger people coming up in today's world?
Get up early. Go get it. Look for some challenges. Might be tough at start, but hang with it, and don't ever give up. Get up early and go to bed late and get her done.
Jack, tell me about Johnson City and what it's like here and how it's changed.
Well, born and raised here, so I've seen it all. I'm 83 years old, and some reason, and I guess it's all natural, that the last 4 or 5 years, the word has gotten out that Johnson City is one of the 5 maybe best places to move to. So in our little store, we get people in here that looking around, I can kind of tell that they hadn't been here. And, where are you from? Well, I'm from California. Where are you from? I'm from Michigan. And it's interesting that in a short conversation, I can tell they're all very conservative. So we kind of have that, we have a mixed population, but it's pretty heavily conservative. And the word's out, Johnson City is a good place to move to.
How would you define the way of life here? What defines Johnson City?
Well, I'm an old real estate broker, and the location. But we have got a climate that they say if you don't like the weather today, just hold on and it'll change. It's a mixed climate, and we're blessed to have the mountains, and we've got beautiful rivers. The Watauga River and the South Holston River are both nationally known as trout waters, which I frequent as often as I can, and we have beautiful mountain streams, and the climate is just very, very peaceful. It's people enjoy the way the seasons change here. They definitely change. We have a wonderful spring, and then we have the beautiful fall with the leaves and the mountains and everything.
So this change that's happening, I know that downtown's getting fixed up, more people are moving in. That's a good thing, correct? Or how do you feel about all the new?
Well, I was a real estate broker after about 10 years back in the 80s. And I couldn't say this out loud, but I meeting people, getting their reaction. Growing up here, I said, we really ought to put a fence around Washington County, Tennessee, and charge to get in. It's that special. But I've forgotten the rest of your question.
All the people coming, the downtown's getting fixed up. I mean, there's a lot of new happening. I just wondered how you felt about that.
Well, it's the downtown. I own property, a big office building was an owner and managed, and I watched it go from being slow, not much going on, to it is really come around. It's got a business culture during the day, and then about 9 o'clock at night, that closes down, and it turns into a party and celebration situation. And the thing that's amazing is I use, of course, the local roads, and then to come back and forth to work, I jump on the interstate. And the traffic, it seems like to all of us in the last 2 years, is doubled. It hadn't doubled, but it is just I-26 through town is loaded morning, noon, and night.
This store here, how long have you had this store, and how did this happen that we're in?
This store opened in 1929 by a couple of gentlemen, and I think one had a buddy wanted to open a store, so he said, I'll build you a building. And opened in 29. Of course, you know what happened. In 31, my dad was working downtown at the corner drugstore, and he heard about it and started inquiring. He ended up taking it over in 31 for the debts. And he was taking me on my first deer hunt in 1960 and had a heart attack and passed away. So I got in here at the age of 18, not knowing a thing about business. My interests were in sports and hunting and fishing and chasing girls and all that stuff. So I was a first quarter freshman at ETSU. I had to drop out of school, and quickly the family wanted me back in school, so we found a manager. And I told my mother, I said, when I get out of school, I'll do something with you. And I tell people I got married, came back here to work, and I hadn't figured out what to do with it, so I'm still here.
How have things changed running a business over time? What's easier, what's harder about running a store like this?
Well, anything worthwhile is challenging, but there's something about the Shamrock. It's not me. I think it's the building and the age, and I am blessed to have a wonderful staff. Haven't had any turnover in a while, which is highly unusual. And people come in and they're impressed with our product arrangement and my employees, and I think that's the key. Is that we have it's an interesting mix of products, and people come in and they're kind of amazed a little bit. But our main forte is our Hershey's ice cream, and then our little deli, and of course our premium cigars. That's our main focus.
Okay, so we're now the most traveled channel in America. We've seen so many places and continue to get into the rest of America. If you're looking to move and you want help with the real estate agent or need ideas on where you can move, email me or click the link in the description. my video call consulting program might be perfect for you. I also have a new ebook. It's a comprehensive guide on the best and sometimes worst parts of the country that you can move to. We update that book all the time as we travel. The details for the consulting program and the ebook are in the description below. If you want Mappy merch, like t-shirts, stickers, and mugs, there's a link to my store in the description, or just click store at the top of the channel. You should think about joining as a channel member. Click the link in the description, or click on membership at the top of the page, or just scan this QR code on your screen. As a member, you'll get to see all the excerpts, Mappy bloopers, and uncensored content. There's even stuff I did back in college on there. I also do cameos. I can send your birthday wishes or hellos or whatever you want in a video message straight to your inbox. The link to my Cameo page is in the description. And finally, we have another channel that you should subscribe to. It's called Interviews Across America, where I upload all the uncut, complete interviews with real Americans from all walks of life. The link for that channel is in the description too, or just search for Interviews Across America. That's it. Thanks for watching.